in downtown St. Louis. Hello everyone, Scott Warman back with you. We already had a terrific matchup. Northern Iowa beats Indiana State to advance to the semis. They'll play the winner of this one. Let's take a look at the brackets brought to you by State Farm. We see the regular season champs, Northern Iowa. They win. They move on to the semis. Bradley, Illinois coming up next later tonight. Creighton will take on Wichita State, and then we'll wrap it all up. 3rd seed Illinois State taking on 6th seed Evansville. But with more on Bradley and Southern Illinois, let's go courtside and check in with Mac McCausland and the voice of the Valley, Dan McLaughlin.
All right, Scott, thanks. 4 and 5, Mac. You expect a great game going back and forth. Historically, that's been the case in Arch Madness, but take a look at game 1 today. Real tight matchup there.
It was, usually you expect that 1 seed to dominate or really have an outstanding game. It didn't happen this. It was back and forth game. You and I, a bit lucky to pull it out at the end. They were able to do it with some free throws and clutch shooting.
What do you expect today? You get the 4 against the 5.
Well, I really look at the inexperience of the Salukis. They've got to withstand maybe the first 5 to 8 minutes. A lot of freshmen playing in their first tournament. And as you know, tournament fever and tournament intensity is a little different than even your conference season.
Well, it's a great atmosphere. Arch Madness game 2 of 4 on this quarterfinal Friday. The Panthers of Northern Iowa, they have advanced. Ben Jacobson and UNI, they're in the semis. Who will they face? Either Bradley or Southern Illinois. We're about to find out.
You know, it's not all fun and games when you're a mascot. Every year I find myself where the season always ends meets the bills never stop.
You know that place where you realize even a squirrel can't live off peanuts? Well, maybe you don't, but believe me, I'm there.
Here's a way to score on savings.
Nice.
Switch your car insurance to State Farm. You'll save big, plus get a payment plan that fits your budget. Call, click, or visit and start saving today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You know I wear this everywhere.
Conventional wisdom says a full-flavored beer can't be low in calories. Budweiser Select is anything but conventional. Full flavor, 99 calories. Budweiser Select, the exception to the rule.
Basically, it's about symmetry.
I'm good.
Be honest here, I mean.
Fuck it.
I'm good.
My bad. I'm good. I'm the man! I'm good.
Ready? No.
Men can take anything.
I'm good.
Except the taste of Diet Cola. Until now, Pepsi Max, the first Diet Cola for men.
This is good.
Choosing the right health plan is one of your most important decisions. Mercy Health Plans. A full line of plans for groups and individuals linked to a high-quality network of doctors and hospitals from one of the most trusted names in healthcare. Make the choice. Choose Mercy Health Plans. The way we care makes all the difference.
How can a game this frustrating be this rewarding? And how can a beer this full-flavored be just 99 calories? Budweiser Select, the exception to the rule.
The State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Budweiser Select, full flavor, 99 calories, the exception to the rule. By Diet Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Missouri Valley Conference. By Mercy Health Plans, the way we care makes all the difference. And by Casey's General Stores, convenience stores, and a whole lot more.
You can't beat it. 4 against 5 in Arch Madness. The Southern Illinois Salukis and the Bradley Braves from the Scottrade Center in St. Louis. A look at our starting lineups this afternoon. A presentation of Bud Light. The difference is drinkability. We'll start with the Salukis, the freshman of the year, Kevin Dillard, then Justin Bocott, Ryan Hare, Tony Boyle, and Carlton Fay. Young lineup. Meanwhile, a couple of seniors really stand out for the Bradley Braves. As you see, McCain, Maniscalco, an outstanding shooter, Roberts, Wilson, first team all-conference, and David Collins, the 2 seniors for the Bradley Braves. A look at the coaches. He is the only person in MVC history to win the conference tournament as both a player and a coach. There's a look at Chris Lowry. And on the other side, Jim Les, 7th year. He led the Braves to the 2006 Sweet 16. Bradley's point guard in the mid-'80s, outstanding player, and now outstanding coach. Let's check in with our Tom Ackerman on the sidelines. Tom.
Well, Dan, Southern Illinois, this is new territory for them. First sub-500 season in 11 years, but this tournament setting is very familiar to the Salukis. They've been in the championship game of this event 4 of the last 7. Chris Lowry says this is like our 3rd season. You have the non-conference, conference play, and then the postseason. They are very excited to play this game, Dan.
All right, Tom, thanks. Let's take a look at our State Farm keys to the game. Great service, great rates. It's all here. Nobody takes care of you like State Farm.
And I really think you want to look Southern Illinois to keep the field goal percentage under 40. And Wilson, they cannot let him get to the free throw line more than about 4 times. The Braves, they want to limit Dillard, and they need to get to the free throw line probably 25 times. They want to control. I think we got to watch early, Dan. A real key may be how it's officiated. If it is a loosely officiated game with physical contact, I think you're going to like Southern Illinois' bump defense. Bradley wants to have some freedom at their offensive end.
The Salukis, the number 5 seed, 13 and 17, as Tom mentioned, under 500 overall, 8 and 10 in the conference. The series history brought to you by Sirius Satellite Radio. And a look at the series since 2002, the Salukis have won 15 of the 19 meetings with Bradley. They split in the regular season this year with each winning on their home floor. The Bradley Braves, the number 4 seed, 17 and 13 overall, and 10 and 8 in conference play. I'll say it again. This might be the best matchup of the day. 4 against 5 with 2 teams that don't like each other very much at all.
And you've got 2 coaches that really understand what the tournament's about. You indicated their experience. Well, you've got Chris Lowry, who has played in 10 tournament games. Jim Les, who played in 6 tournament games. So they're able to communicate to their players the importance and the intensity level.
Chris Lowry was saying yesterday that you handle Brian Mullins like you would handle your own kid. Be a parent in this situation. For folks that don't know what's going on here, he is a terrific player. A stress fracture in his right foot. He has missed the last 8 games, so it looks like Gardner will sit out today. They thought about starting him. You know he wants to play. This has got to be killing him. He's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year in the conference out of Downers Grove, Illinois. And it looks like he will not play this afternoon.
And he made the all-defensive team, even missing 8 games.
That's exactly right.
And as you indicate, you know, he's a leader, but you got to say what kind of stamina, and would you put back his ability to recover even further?
Alley-oop for the first play, and Carlton Fay picks up the miss for the Salukis. Here is Hare for the Salukis. Good-looking freshman, a young team out there with Dillard leading the way, who's a terrific player and score. 13 points, the leading score for Southern Illinois. They go inside. Tony Boyle, no good. Bounced around and picked up by Bradley. David Collins, the 7-footer with the first rebound.
Just 8 players dressed in Saluki uniforms. So opportunity with the Bradley Braves to try and wear them down, and so much inexperience for the Salukis, including the man guarding the ball, Dillard.
Maniscalco with it. Under 15 on the shot clock. We're just underway, game 2 of 4 in Arch Madness. It's Wilson down there. He's a terrific scorer. Here's McCain. Gets it back. 2 on the clock, off the glass, no good. The tip is no good. Bocott saves it for the Salukis. Dillard outlets to Hare, and here we go. The lefty from Chicago. Picked up by Collins, his 2nd board of the afternoon.
A lot of action and no finishes.
That'll change.
Well, that's part of the nerves of a tournament. Good double team right there and no place to go.
And Bradley will have to take the timeout. Closed captioning for this MVC telecast is made possible by Emerson, the global manufacturing and technology company. To learn more, visit emerson.com. Emerson, consider it solved. Had a chance to visit with Chris Lowry yesterday and earlier this week. And one of the things that he told me, Mac, is that the defense is better right now, along with confidence and rebounding. He said, my young guys are starting to buy in. Remember, they lost 64% of their scoring from a year ago, and Mullins is out.
And you see Jim Les, and yesterday at the shoot-arounds, discussing with him. He talked about having trouble with zones throughout the year. And he said in one case, it's good to face the Salukis because they are practically 100% man-to-man team. Although you may see, because of the numbers and the trouble the Braves have with the zone, that Chris Lowry may use the zones sometime in this game.
How about youth? How much does that play a factor, you think, in postseason play?
I really do. I think there's 3 seasons. You know, the season of November, December, then your conference season, and it goes up a whole new level in postseason.
Maniscalco for 3. Got it! As he falls to the floor. He is a terrific shooter. Sam Maniscalco, that's his 57th 3 of the season. He and Hersey Hawkins' partner, the only 2 with at least 100 threes in the first 2 years at Bradley. I mean, that's exclusive company.
Yeah, it is. Again, the setup by McCain and Maniscalco really riding a hot streak. 23 points last time out. And he's been around just as a sophomore, but you swear he's been here 4 or 5 years. Maybe that's because his dad played at Bradley, too.
Right. Boyle hands it off. We talked about Jim Less being Bradley's point guard in the mid-'80s. Jim was so good, he played in the NBA. Bocock gets it blocked by Collins, and they get it back, though. Tony Boyle with the flush, the senior from DeSoto, Missouri.
Boyle has become one of those seniors that understands the urgency of his last season on the floor. He's a young man that kind of floated through the earlier part of the year, Dan, and through the last 4 or 5 games has really put on some leadership roles.
Well, this was earlier this year. Beyond half court. Now that is a shooter's touch, roll, and range.
And didn't make Creighton very happy.
No, it didn't. It's one of the co-captains, Sam Maniscalco, and as you mentioned, only a sophomore. If he goes to the free throw line, he's one of the best shooters in the country. In Valley play, he shot 89%, which led the league. 82% overall.
Right here, 2 freshmen. That speaks well of the league also in terms of what the future is about.
Dillard, so quick. They had to draw the defense to him, and Bocock nails the shot from the outside.
So far, we have not seen the Saluki freshmen respond poorly. They've been very active defensively and poised offensively. Look at the switching out front. The ball is guarded wherever it goes.
And Chris Lowry was saying that's going to be an offensive foul on the screen. He said, my young guys are starting to play defense. They're starting to play the Saluki way. We mentioned the name of Brian Mullins being the Defensive Player of the Year. Consider this. 6 out of the last 8 players of the year have been from Southern Illinois. They preach defense. It started with, of course, Bruce Weber, Matt Painter, and now Chris Lowry.
And Chris Lowry was one that exhibited it on the court as a player. He talks about, we make them go through our chest, not our arms.
Here's Fay. Have you ever been to a Saluki practice on a non-game day?
Yes, and even some game days when Chris is not very happy.
No, it is unbelievable the workout that he puts these kids through. No whistles, no out of bounds, and physical.
Wherever the ball goes, it has a high value. You better go get it.
You better be physical, too.
I've seen them go into the 3rd or 4th row of the bleachers and push each other and coming out with a little blood cut.
Maniscalco. No good. Collins picks up his 3rd rebound, but turned it right over the hair.
That's poor body balance. That's what big guys have to understand, is being balanced.
Hair for 3. Yes!
And that's great news for the Salukis. Shut out in his last game. Maybe hit a bit of that freshman wall where the legs go.
Collins inside, the 7-footer. Backing in his man. A travel. Good start for Southern Illinois. Arch Madness, the Scottrade Center in St. Louis. 8-3 in Game 2.
It's all good at Casey's General Stores. Right now, get any large specialty pizza for only $13.99 or any medium specialty pizza for only $12.99.
Casey's, it's all good.
Connecting Missouri with 27,000 miles of power lines means each and every mile must be reliable. Because when the skies turn dark, every mile must show its strength. We're Ameren UE, working every day, improving our delivery system. UE, ratcheting up our routine so you can enjoy undisturbed comfort in yours. Learn how we're improving reliability at uepoweron.com.
It's all good at Casey's General Stores. Right now, get any large specialty pizza for only $13.99 or any medium specialty pizza for only $12.99.
Casey's, it's all good.
Opening day doubleheader.
This is always the most exciting day of the season.
Opening day doubleheader.
There's a deep drive to left, and it's a two-run homer.
White Sox, Royals, Cubs, Astros. Opening day doubleheader. White Sox, Royals, Cubs, Astros. April 6th on Comcast Sportsnet. April 6th on Comcast Sportsnet.
Of all the things you do for your family, this might be the most important. Screenings for breast and cervical cancer have saved thousands of women's lives. Women who didn't even know they were at risk. Illinois now offers free screenings and low-cost treatment for every uninsured woman over 35. Every mother, wife, sister, and daughter, regardless of income. It costs you nothing and could save you everything. Call or log on today for more information.
Early on, the fifth seed up by 5. We want to remind you, stay tuned for the Fort Richards halftime report with 2 great St. Louis locations, Fitton at 141 in Bulls and in Eureka near 109 and Interstate 44. Fort Richards serves over 2 tons of wings every week. Dan?
Okay, Scott, thank you. Jim Les, 7 seasons as the head coach and off to a slow start now.
Interesting enough, Jim Les changes his style. He's done it with bigs, he's done it with three-point shooters, and he's done it this year with defense. In August, he will usually go to the University of Florida. Billy Donovan invites 15 coaches in or so, nobody from the same conference, and they discuss offenses, defenses, out-of-bounds plays for 2.5 days, and they may get around the golf field as well, but interesting.
Look at Dillard spinning out of trouble. Finds Boyle. He is one of the quickest players, Kevin Dillard, of Southern Illinois. Remember, they had Patrick O'Brien. Bradley did in their Sweet 16 run, so they had a couple of big kids. They changed their offense, went more to the Phoenix Suns look offensively, if you like to follow the NBA, which was run and gun. So the last couple of years, they've been one of the top 20 teams as far as how many threes they attempt.
Yep, and you had Ruffin and Couch and Franklin. You had guys that could make them. And this year, they had to redo their blueprints even in late December and become a strong defensive team and concentrate on patience at the offensive end.
Wilson, and he is fouled. Bradley, by the way, 4 turnovers their last 4 possessions, which has resulted in 6 points for Southern Illinois, and they lead it by 5.
Watch Theron Wilson, terrific athlete, but he is dominated by his right hand. He likes to go right all the time. And of course, everybody plays. This is your 3rd time playing a team because the entire conference is a full round robin. So 3rd time through, you're going to take away Wilson's right hand.
Wesley Clemens into the ballgame for the Salukis. Maniscalco for 3, no good. Dillard is all over Maniscalco. Chris Lowry was saying that might be the guy that you have to watch out for, even more so than Wilson, who is arguably their top player offensively. And defensively, he's not too bad either as he picks up the steal. And the foul by Fay.
Well, Maniscalco is the guy that can do it in all 3 areas in terms of outside shooting it, taking it to the basket, and the free throw line. And he sits down now for a minute.
So 5-point lead. Bradley Braves, 3 straight postseason appearances. Whether it be the NCAA tournament or the NIT.
You watch the Salukis. They are really chasing on the double team, forcing that offense to start out very high. Then they stopped doing that back in January because of the numbers. And Chris Lowry said, you know, we're not who we used to be. We're going back to it. So in February, they went back to really that trap and forcing the ball handler to pick up the ball or reverse his dribble.
Chris Lowry, half the man he used to be.
He is. Lost about 50 pounds. Loves broccoli and lettuce with a wink.
Said I've given up everything that I love.
Pasta.
Yep.
Pizza.
Roberts. No good.
Bradley's a one-and-done team so far.
3 up. No good. There's Evans. the hands of the big man down low for the Bradley Braves, Sam Singh, the fifth-year senior, who, by the way, is going to come back for a sixth year.
And that's a good thing, I think, by the NCAA, because he had missed 2 years, which he had multiple operations, and only got to play about 12 games in 2 seasons. So I think it was the right thing to do. He will get his first Social Security check next October.
Dillard trying to three, no good. Southern Illinois is 3 of 10 to start this game. Bradley just 1 for 7. And 4 of those 7 shots have been three-point attempts.
See Wilson with the right hand. Booker there waiting for it.
Wilson well short. Ball loose. Salukis come away with it, and a foul on Norris. Darian Norris whistle for the foul.
If Norris goes on the floor, he has a chance to get the ball, and I don't think a foul is called. He stays standing up and reaches for the ball, he gets the foul.
Northern Iowa has advanced to the semifinals. Hard-fought win against Indiana State. Final 5 minutes, they actually were down. They are the #1 seed and co-champions the regular season in the Valley. With Creighton, we'll see Creighton, one of the hottest teams in the country, coming up in Game 3. Clemens got it back and puts it off the glass and in.
Good bonus there. Clemens has been up and down. He's had some turnover issues, but he can make plays. Getting some points out of him tonight and this afternoon is critical.
Wilson is fouled. Chris Lowry was saying that we've had stuff in 1 year that teams don't have in 10 years. Kids that have left the program, injuries like the one to Mullins, he said, but no excuses. We can win this tournament, no excuses.
You love his attitude as a coach to play through it and really lead his team, because he knows the leadership now has to come from the bench for the most part when Mullins is sitting over there with that stress fracture.
Maniscalco always has that green light. Offensive foul. Now that has been a point of emphasis in college basketball this year, how they throw the elbows offensively.
It's a clearing technique that you like as an offensive player. You get the ball, you swing through, but the official felt the second one back at him is the one that was the intention. The first one was a good swing through to clear and establish an offensive triple threat position. The second one caught both out.
Paul Jansen, Steve Olson, Tom Eads are officials. We'll see some of the officials in Arch Madness this weekend in a Final Four or regional. They're some of the best in the country. Bocat looking for help. Gets it in Booker, who's from St. Louis. Big man can shoot a little bit. He is, before it's all said and done, going to be a fine player. Wilson, the other way. For the foul. And Wilson hits the floor. Intentional foul called, and Wilson is down and hurt.
See if Booker goes for the ball or hits the man only. I thought there was an attempt to go for the ball. He did come back over the back.
So Wilson is up. Booker played on a state championship team out of McClure North High School in St. Louis. And Wilson heads to the line.
And Booker and Evans, a tandem, they tend to come in together. While Carlton Fay and Boyle play together. And Wilson misses first free throw.
He's out of Topeka, Kansas. There's a look at the young man Booker. Wilson, 6'5" senior and a 73% free throw shooter. Short on both attempts.
And Booker will go out. Fay comes in. And I'm sure this is a teaching point right now to discuss when you go up, make sure you're going for the ball, not grabbing anybody's body. Because I think that's probably what got him the foul, is the one arm was wrapped around the shoulder.
The block by Evans inside. Still loose. It'll stay with Bradley.
That was a terrific offensive set on the out-of-bounds play for Brown to get wide open. But the youngster has to understand, you don't have much time when you're at the post area. Everybody's going to collapse on you. You got to spring right away and put it up. Get fouled or make it.
We thought this game could be a little ugly in the fact that it'll be physical and these teams will get after each other defensively. And Clemens steps out of bounds, and so far, partner, you've got 7.5 minutes in, and Bradley only 3 points.
You've got the personalities of the teams taking place. In other words, you look through the history, you mentioned about the defensive players of the Salukis. That's their style. Ugly it up, be physical. You don't get open shots. And Bradley has to be extremely patient, but then take and make the open shots because there's going to be just a few of them. See where that offense has to start out.
Yeah. This is Roberts. Maniscalco, the crowd applauding the defense of Southern Illinois. Sing inside.
Yeah, sing that song again, what the Braves are saying. A nice dive from the high post and a good pass.
Evans provides the pick for Dillard. To the corner. 3 up. Got it. Wesley Clemens, the senior from Indianapolis. Who said those Salukis that has seen postseason play?
Yeah, he's got the experience. He has not been a starter during much of the season. It's been the freshman. Clemens coming off the bench, taking the role well.
They began the year starting, but they figured that it was best that he become a tough-minded 6-man. Sing, nice catch and a tough feed.
For him to come back for a 6th year, it gives the Braves a strong inside presence to work from for next season.
13-7. Dillard was the Illinois Player of the Year in high school. Think about that. Mr. Basketball in the state of Illinois winds up at Southern Illinois. Names like Darius Miles and Eddie Curry and Rose, who now plays for the Bulls. Chris Lowry got it. Physical, you bet. Number 4, number 5. 13-7. Southern Illinois on top.
Where can you get the best milk? From Tom, from Russ, from Laura and Maggie.
It comes from all of us.
We're Prairie Farms, and we don't just work for the dairy, we are the dairy, making sure the milk in your child's school, in your stores, and on your table is fresh and healthy, handled with the kind of care that your family deserves.
We are Prairie Farms Dairy.
Ask for us, the farmer-owned dairy.
It might just take a little something different, a break from the norm, ordinary clock ticking the same time, same old with the flick of a switch, a new light, new mood, new tone, new pitch, voila, pleasureful indeed, oh yeah, satisfy my need, alright, how I long to be, my soul on fire, my spirit free, whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah, whoa, whoa.
I know this drill. I rack up a big charge on my credit card. I get a tote bag.
Well, actually, with our points program, you can get gift cards, flat screen TVs, even plane tickets.
How do you get enough points for that?
Oh, all kinds of ways. By using your debit card, your credit cards, checking account.
I don't believe you.
What?
You messing with me, right?
No, I'm not messing with you.
Can I still get the tote bag?
Absolutely.
It's not just banking. It's National City.
Gatorade presents today's MVC legend, Bradley's Hersey Hawkins. The 1988 National Player of the Year, the All-American Hawkins led the nation that year in scoring with an average of 36.3 points per game. A 2-time MVC Player of the Year and Valley Athletics Hall of Famer, the Chicago, Illinois native is also the league's all-time leading scorer with 3,008 points and owns the conference single-game record with 63 points against Detroit in 1988. Gatorade, is it in you?
Southern up by 6 against their in-state rivals in Game 2 of quarterfinal Friday. Time now for today's Prairie Farms MVC Scholar Athlete of the Game. It's Southern Illinois' Brian Mullins, the senior guard from Downers Grove, Illinois. Mullins is a 2-time academic All-American selection, an 08 and 09 MVC Defensive Player of the Year. Mullins has a 4.0 cum in finance. The Prairie Farms family of dairies, Prairie Farms, Highland, and Roberts Dairies, serving dairy fresh food products throughout Mid-America.
Scott, thanks. Consider this. The Valley has two players that are first-team academic All-Americans. Not just this team or that team, second team, defense, offense. I'm talking in the classroom, on the court. Tough shot by Fay, no good. It's bouncing around. Boyle has it. Boyle gets it blocked by Collins. But they have two, the other being Jason Holsinger, first-team All-Americans on the academic team.
And we'll have him tonight in Game 4 for Evansville.
13-7. And a foul, and that will go against Bradley. Taylor Brown. And let's check in with Tom Ackerman.
Dan, we know about Chris Lowry's legendary practices. Well, Jim left just before Christmas after a 12-point loss in Milwaukee, dropped the Braves to 5-5 on the season. He was not pleased at all with the defense in that game. So he called for a 6:30 a.m. practice, a session so physical that in that practice alone, 2 players suffered chipped teeth, another a concussion, and after that, Bradley won 6 of 7, including a 16-point win over these Salukis. When they went into another slide in February, they were able to turn it on again. They've won 4 of 5 coming into this game.
Funny how that works out. You're a former coach.
Yeah. You know, you catch the players' attention when all of a sudden you put the balls away and we say, we're doing defensive drills for 2 hours. Players don't like that. They like to have the ball in their hands.
Bocott was no good with the shot and then whistled for the foul. The sophomore from Bloomington, Illinois. Boy, he was a heck of a player, wasn't he?
Yeah. You know, you even see him once in a while out of shoot-around still do some dribbling and passing, and the passes are zipped right into your hands, ready to shoot and put it away. Terrific passer.
A guy named Hersey Hawkins was a pretty good player.
Yep.
Wilson jump stops, puts it up, and a foul.
Again, taking it to the right hand. And Salukis trying to get over there, bumping him.
Mac, you talked about the key in this game being free throw shooting. Bradley 71% overall, second in the Valley in attempts, so they get to the line an awful lot.
And this guy is 8th in the country in getting to the free throw line, over 200 attempts. And so you know what he wants to do, and that's get to the rim.
First in scoring, first in rebounding for Bradley. Substitution is Dillard. He's into the ball game. And Norris is as well, along with Booker.
And he's got 400 points, 200 rebounds, 50 assists, and 50 steals. Again, you mentioned one other player that had done that in Bradley history, Hersey Hawkins.
We had these two on a Sunday night in Carbondale, in which it looked to be a blowout by the Salukis, but it was Theron Wilson who just single-handedly kept them in the game. And Southern eventually would win, but each other's home courts have been hard-fought games. Booker inside, the freshman, sensed the double team and shot it right above him.
And you indicated Booker's going to be a terrific player. He knows he's going to have nothing but minutes next year with Boyle being gone, the senior.
Wilson, offensive foul. Fay takes the charge.
So far, this is a Saluki, Chris Lowry defensive clinic.
You're right.
I mean, you can't draw it up much better than this. 11 minutes and 9 points by the Braves.
They were predicted to finish second in the conference, Southern Illinois, and they wind up at number 5, trying to make it 8 straight postseason bids.
For the balance of the league, had they lost their last game, they would have been a 9th seed. By winning it, as you said, a 5th, and now a push-off inside.
So Booker whistled for his second, and now Nick Evans will have to check in.
Booker did not get a sweat, has to go back down. And that's part of the thing you do have to learn as a freshman, of when and how to be physical, and that's tough for bigs.
So a 6-point lead, 15-9. It has been an offensive struggle, really, for both sides. Wilson around Evans, trying to feed it to Collins. The 7-footer kept it alive to Maniscalco. Tipped. Collins has it. And we'll get a foul on Evans. As Collins had it. By the way, you saw Dodie Dunson with a shot. He's had an issue with his shooting hand. Jim West told me earlier in the week that there are no limitations on that hand.
Yesterday at the shoot-around, it was taped up, and he did not partake in the actual shooting drills. But, again, as you said, Coach West said, hey, we just don't want to re-injure it going into this game. He's going to be ready to go, and whatever it takes, he'll play.
Collins, the missed free throw, with 4 rebounds and 3 blocks. The top shot blockers in the country. Fighting for position, Clemens. Not a fade. Carlton Fang.
Boy, he and Boyle have really played well coming down the February stretch together. They feeling a lot more confident in that outside shot.
Norris hands it off to Collins. Crowd wanted to travel. Maniscalco, deep three, no. Collins tips it. Maniscalco has it. Three up right side. That's no good. The putback is Cody Dunson.
Well, he didn't have to shoot that one. He could just tap it back. The Iowa State transfer, who during the year had started, had come off the bench.
Also a transfer from Vincennes, began at Iowa State. Dillard so quick with the ball. And off the hands of Wesley Clemens. Will step aside, 17-11. The number 5 seed on top of the 4 seed in Arch Madness.
How can a dinner party this last minute be this well done? And how can a beer this full flavored be just 99 calories? Budweiser Select, the exception to the rule.
You ready, Axel?
Your dog's one of a kind.
Good boy.
And now you have the power to help significantly extend his healthy years. A groundbreaking 14-year study by Purina proves that puppy chow, then dog chow nutrition, fed properly over a lifetime,
Ready, Axel?
can help extend his lovable antics up to 1.8 healthy years.
Faster, Axel, faster!
Long live your buddy. Long live your dog. Purina Puppy Chow and Purina Dog Chow.
The Missouri Valley Conference celebrates athletic excellence, bringing you non-stop red-hot collegiate basketball. There's another team in town that we're privileged to support, the Bob Costas Cancer Center at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. The Cancer Center provides state-of-the-art technology, a child-friendly environment, and compassionate care to children who are diagnosed with cancer and other blood disorders. The Missouri Valley Conference and the Bob Costas Cancer Center. We're here for the kids. Give us a hand.
Hello, I'm Rick Navarre, president of St. Louis-based Peabody Energy and a proud sponsor of the Missouri Valley Conference. Peabody is the world's largest coal company. Coal is vital to America. It provides half the electricity in the United States and more than 70% in the Missouri Valley region. Peabody fuels electricity needs in 21 countries on 6 continents, and we are a global leader in clean coal solutions, providing affordable energy security and made in America economic stimulus. I invite you to visit us at peabodyenergy.com.
How can a dinner this informal be this romantic? And how can a beer this full-flavored be just 99 calories? Budweiser Select, the exception to the rule.
Arch Madness in downtown St. Louis, the Scottrade Center at 17-11. Mac McCausland, Dan McLaughlin with you, Scott Mormon, as well as Tom Ackerman. A look at the MVC standings brought to you by Peabody. Coming up in Game 3, it'll be Creighton. They'll take on what I think is going to be a tougher game than most people expect. Wichita State. They played well in the second half. Teray Murray at 17 in a previous game against the Blue Jays. Creighton, the number 2 seed, arguably the hottest team right now in the conference. They've won 10 in a row.
And the Shockers, I agree with you. They play a physical style, which will be disruptive to Creighton. And they have played in the month of February as well as any team possibly except Creighton.
And so we've got to see Booker Woodfox, the league MVP, also leads the nation in three-point shooting percentage. 51% behind the arc for Booker. There's Dillard, sees a little seam, fires it to Evans off his hands.
Evans has got to be ready to catch that. Dillard with a nice delivery.
Maniscalco inside, the Senga. Now Bradley, a little run, and a timeout taken by the Salukis.
It got too easy for the liking of Chris Lowry. Maniscalco draws the attention, and Seng, the veteran, being able to finish another one on the inside. A nice slip. You see Seng come down. Now all of a sudden, Maniscalco draws the attention of all the Salukis. Seng just goes to the rim. Terrific hands inside.
Well, Mac, this is not a deep team anyway. And they have Booker, Bocat, Boyle, Already all those players with 2 fouls.
And almost 7 minutes left to go in this first half. So if you're Bradley, you want to go back to what this has been the trademark of this team, which is drive. And if you can drive it in and kick out or drive it to the rim, but get opportunities to be fouled, that's what Jim Les will want the rest of this first half.
So game 3, and you see the little run now, 6-0 by Bradley, will feature Creighton and Wichita State, number 2, against number 7. And then after that ball game, we'll be back. We'll have number 3, Illinois State, number 6, Evansville. Sing the rebound for Bradley. So a chance to tie or take the lead here on this possession.
I don't like that shot by Fay after a timeout. It was one pass, and Fay just kept the ball. If he makes it, you know, he's going to be happy, but it didn't help his teammates try and get rebounding position.
And that'll be a foul on Fay. That's his second. Stay tuned for the Poor Richards intermission report with 2 great St. Louis locations, Fenton at 141 and Bowles, and in Eureka near 109 and Interstate 44. Poor Richards serves over 2 tons of wings every week. Scalco at the line, an 82% free throw shooter, 89%, as I mentioned before, in the Valley.
And as you talked about free throw trouble and Fay getting 2, that's part of what some coaches would use the philosophy mistake. He makes a mistake of having a poor shot at one end. He knows it. He goes down and tries to make up for it at the defensive end and picks up a foul, another mistake.
Mac, we've seen Southern Illinois an awful lot, and they are so physical as McCain checks in, and we're tied up at 17. At times, do you think that carries over from practices to games, and really it's not beneficial because they play almost too physical?
Yeah, because you don't have the officials at the practice sessions, and now you got the men in stripes out here. They've got to make sure there's no advantage, disadvantage.
Here's Fay, spinning, stripped. Knocked out of bounds and off his leg. Back to Bradley, and their fans on their feet. By the way, Southern has scored 1 of their last 6 possessions, just 1 time.
As we've indicated, Carlton Fay with a missed shot, a foul, and now a turnover.
Here's Norris for 3, and the lead.
Norris is a guy, when he usually comes into the game, you just don't want him to hurt you. You don't expect a lot of addition, but the 3 is a huge add-on for the Braves.
And Bradley, a little extra jump in their step now.
We have not heard much from Dillard as far as scoring with the ball.
No points. And a travel. Dillard turned it over. May have tried to force it a little bit there.
And he's maybe feeling that pressure of not scoring. And this is where you really see not having Mullins in the game for Chris Lowry is difficult. A senior, a veteran, but it's a guy that runs the team and has run it for 4 years since he stepped on campus, where Dillard could be more effective as a shooting guard.
Roberts inside, and both officials looking at each other trying to figure out what the call is.
It's offense, and that's what it was. The officials checking to make sure they were
Jim
going.
Les is saying count the bucket.
Yeah. And you see good position on the inside, but the release of the ball, and the officials wanted to be together and understand they were going to make the same call, and Jim Les still wants an explanation.
Both officials made a call, then looked at each other, and there was a little indecision by both to figure out, all right, let's get on the same page.
Yep. And Jim Les with a smile or maybe slight sarcasm.
11-0 run right now by the Bradley Braves in the last 2.5. Boyle with it. To Dillard. Held scoreless so far in the first half. Dillard, their leading scorer in the regular season. Under 10 on the shot clock. Bocock stripped. Norris. Timeout. Southern Illinois.
In Southern Illinois trying to figure out what has happened in the last 5 minutes when their defense was so tight, and now it's Bradley's defense. And you got to look at Norris with the steal, and McCain, who has done a terrific job on Dillard, that has stopped the perimeter game. McCain on Dillard, Norris that time on the wing. Those two very active with their hands, getting this thing turned around for the Bradley Braves.
22-17, Bradley with a 5-point lead, 13-0 run. 4:26 to go here in our first half of play between the number 5 Salukis and number 4 Bradley Braves.
And the most points Norris has had in the last 5 games has been 3 already in about a 30-second period, putting up 5 points.
So largest lead of the afternoon. Bradley had a 2-0 lead. And then it was all Southern Illinois, but this 13-0 run has put them on top by 5.
I would anticipate you're going to get to see Tony Boyle have an opportunity to touch the ball inside.
See the points in the paint. 12-4 in favor of Bradley. But Dillard has attempted 1 shot, and that was a 3. He's got 2 rebounds, 3 assists, couple of turnovers for the freshman in his first taste of Arch Madness. There you go. That's what you're talking about. And a block by Singh, but a foul, so Boyle will go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, you need to get that ball inside for his touches, but also those are going to be the first free throws in this game, I believe, for Southern Illinois.
You are correct. Boyle will go to the line. He's got 2 points, 3 rebounds. Really been a factor down the stretch for Southern Illinois. He has shot 58% from the field the last 6 games. A 73% free throw shooter in the regular season. Actually grew 7 inches in high school to become a true big man. He's now listed at 6'8".
Could be an endorsement for Miracle Grow.
There you go. It's a lot. So that ends the run.
And Boyle is a guy that can get to the free throw line. I don't think you want to leave that guy right now. Next time you come down court, work it inside one more time to Boyle.
McCain fires it to Singh. Gives it up. Wilson. Bradley now starting to get high percentage shots and shooting over 40% in the game.
When you talk about points in the paint or inside, doesn't have to come from post people, but when you get inside, you're going to have success.
6-point lead. Dillard gets it. Fay will go inside to Boyle. With the right hand, too strong. Doty dunks in the rebound. Norris from the free throw line. Now go inside to Singh. Singh muscling his way in.
Fay's got to do a better job of taking away that dribble drivers. A nice drop step by Singh. But Fay gave him the angle.
Singh with 8. Inside to Fay. Count it. Chance at a 3-point play for Carlton Fay.
And Wilson on the mismatch of size, but Wilson, a terrific jumping athlete, could not deflect it.
Bradley up by 6. A free throw coming up when we come back.
They got everything.
Not everything.
That's not mine.
Yo, Rich, he said he saw 2 guys earlier. One of them was wearing a jacket.
And how does that help me?
Yo, you cover for this?
I don't know.
How could you not know?
Yo, it's not funny.
This is funny. You know what? You need to call my agent.
You should know you're covered.
Come on, man. It's not mine.
Call one of our 17,000 State Farm agents today.
Combining historic ambiance with modern comforts, the Sheraton St. Louis City Center Hotel and Suites has something for everyone. Spread out in one of our beautifully appointed guest rooms. Relax at our indoor heated swimming pool or grab a bite to eat in Bistro 14, where our chef serves up American-styled entrees. With over 29,000 square feet of meeting space and a ballroom with spectacular views of the downtown skyline, our facilities are the choice for your next event. The Sheraton St. Louis City Center Hotel and Suites. You don't just stay here, you belong.
Get in on the madness with the $100,000 hoopla presented by Horseshoe Casino. All you have to do is log on to csnchicago.com and fill out your 2009 college basketball tournament bracket. Each round is awarded points for correct selections. Finalist with the most points wins a 42-inch LCD TV. One grand prize finalist with the 2 final teams correct could win $100,000 if the final score of the final game is predicted correctly. As if that wasn't enough, one random winner will win $1,000. Log on to csnchicago.com today for your chance to score big.
The march to the madness snaps into focus. The Pacific Life Pac-10 Men's Tournament.
Oh, what a play!
3 days of exclusive coverage all the way through the semifinals as all 10 teams try to punch their ticket to the big dance.
Oh, my goodness!
The action begins Wednesday.
17-3 run by Bradley. The last 5:20, and now they've opened up a 6-point lead. When Metro Sports takes its cameras on the road, it considers these hotel properties its home away from home. We have stayed at some great places during the regular season, and hopefully you'll check them out as well. Mac McCausland, Dan McLaughlin with you, Metro Sports crew.
I just hope all those hotels have my cell phone charger. I can pick them up next year when we go back again. I think I only left about 4 this year.
This year?
This year.
Didn't learn your lesson after the first time?
I'm a slow learner, buddy.
By the way, you are in the king's chair, man. I mean, this is quite a chair for Spoon, I guess.
Yeah, I asked. Charlie's got that bad back, you know, and so I get the comfort level here. It's kind of
nice.
good. Yeah,
very nice. He'll treat you well when you come to Arch Madness, I'll tell you that.
I'll just carry Charlie's bag some more.
That's a jump ball. It'll be a possession arrow in favor of Bradley.
I really got to look at number 1 of Bradley, Ed McCain, the freshman. He has done a terrific job against the freshman of the year, Dillard. Made it tough for him to have any good looks at all at the basket. And he's not been able to use that quickness and get around and have great opportunities to drop dimes. McCain's been terrific in this game.
Maniscalco will inbound with 2:36 to play here in the half. Steps inside the arc and hits it. Nice ball fake.
Good. Nice out of bounds play. It was like a secondary play in terms of ball movement away. Maniscalco came inbounds off the screen and got a great look.
He's got 7. Quite a run here by Bradley. What's been the difference? What have you seen?
Well, it's the lack of offense of the Salukis and to go inside. They have not been going. They started to make a little run back at it, going to Boyle and Fay, but there's been no outside shooting by the Salukis with any success, and they've become impatient at the offensive end. Defensively, they've still tried to do the solid double team, but Bradley has been more patient, running it a little longer around the shot clock, looking for a breakdown, and they've been able to get some looks.
Carlton Fay averages 11 a game, and that's second on the team. Chris Lowry saw him just a season ago average only 2 points a game, so he's really stepped it up offensively. They call him Big Country.
I think always for the Salukis, point guard success is a key. And again, it isn't so much the scoring, but Dillard has had to move to that point guard, and he has not had great success in this game.
28-22 and a foul away from the ball, and that's on Dillard. .202 to go. Again, if you're just joining us, maybe just getting home from work. Advancing in Arch Madness, hard-fought game was Northern Iowa, the #1 seed. The winner here will get the Panthers tomorrow.
And for the last 2 minutes, Theron Wilson is on the bench for Bradley, and he's got 2 fouls. So I don't think Jim Les will probably let him come back as long as Bradley's got the lead.
Maniscalco, outstanding shooter. Sneaks that one in. Substitution. Chris Roberts, the junior out of Fort Worth, Texas, back in. 8-point lead for the Braves. Southern's got to get something going offensively.
And now Bradley goes to a zone. And they're doing a little box and one, chasing Dillard. They've seen Dillard out front, and they'll stay a man on him, and they'll switch. And if Dillard goes through, somebody will take him.
So how do you beat that offensively?
You take Dillard out of the play, and you play 4-on-4 with the other people, and usually you're able to get the ball inside low pretty easily.
5 on the shot clock. Clemens looking for a lane. Stolen. Collins gets it to Maniscalco. They've got numbers. Roberts is there.
That's a 4-on-0 break in the end.
No point lead for Bradley.
Oh, this has turned with a lack of offense by the Salukis. Again, zone. And they will pay attention to where Dillard is.
Here's Dillard. The lefty hair. Gets a little separation and hits the three. Boy, they needed that.
And you may look, there's 2 lines out there. One is an NBA line, and the shorter one is the collegiate line.
Look at that. Edrin McCain. It's a good point, Mac. The blue line that you see on the floor might be hard to detect on television, but that is an NBA line.
Waiting for the Hawks to come back in St. Louis.
Actually, in the first game, there was a little confusion. There was on one of the calls. Thinking a foot was on the line. It was on the NBA line.
They could get that one cleaned up pretty quickly.
Yep.
And players do get confused because they look down, they see 2 lines. They're usually used to the women's collegiate line as well as the men's.
7 to go in the half. 3 up. No good. Fay has the rebound, 2 seconds, lets it fly. No good, and the first half comes to a close. Strong finish for the Bradley Braves. Halftime, 34-25. Bradley leading Southern Illinois. Let's check in with Tom Ackerman and our Mercy Health Plans for the second half.
Thanks a lot, Dan. Coach.
All right, Tom, thank you. Our chat with the coaches brought to you by Mercy Health Plans, an innovative health management company empowering members to make healthy choices. The way we care makes all the difference. Mercy Health Plans. Halftime, the Scottrade Center in St. Louis. Bradley, a strong run to finish up the half. 25-8, that run. They lead it 34-25. Scott Warman is coming up. Leading scorers in the game. 2 players with 6 points for Southern Illinois. Carlton Fay being one of those. He's on the floor right now, as well as Ryan Hare. Leading scorer in the game was Sam Singh. 8 points in that first half. Southern with the first possession. Right out of halftime, a decent look. Boyle had a chance to flush it and couldn't get it to fall. Boy, that will frustrate you from a coach's perspective.
You set up a terrific play for Bocat to get to the rim. And this shot, the putback, not any good. You know, right away you just feel a little deflation. You were right there to score. Maybe you can get fouled.
Maniscalco, good look. Ball movement, open look for Roberts. Yes, hits the 3.
Not what the Salukis want to start with. Poor offense and a wide open 3. And the man with the ball has got to get himself on track. Dillard, no points in that first half.
12-point lead. Biggest of the afternoon for the Bradley Braves. Maniscalco kicked it. Just underway here in the second half.
And I'll go back to watch number 1 for Bradley, McCain. He's doing a terrific job of shading and shadowing Dillard wherever he is. See McCain at the top.
Fay leaning in, no good. Collins the rebound. struggle offensively right now for Southern Illinois, shooting just 33%. Inside, Collins around Boyle, and he got it to fall.
Simple little move and just an extension of the arms. And Boyle has got to be concerned because he's got 2 fouls.
Timeout taken by Southern Illinois. Chris Lowry had to call the timeout. His Salukis down by 14 in Arch Madness.
Everything worth listening to is now on Sirius XM. 69 commercial-free music channels. The most talk, news, and entertainment. Every major sport. New programming, new choices, new prices. Over 130 channels. Add the best of Sirius to your XM subscription or the best of XM to your Sirius subscription free for 3 months. Hear what over 35 million listeners can't get enough of. Sirius XM.
The Missouri Valley Conference celebrates athletic excellence, bringing you nonstop red-hot collegiate basketball. There's another team in town that we're privileged to support, the Bob Costas Cancer Center at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. The Cancer Center provides state-of-the-art technology, a child-friendly environment, and compassionate care to children who are diagnosed with cancer and other blood disorders. The Missouri Valley Conference and the Bob Costas Cancer Center. We're here for the kids. Give us a hand.
Hello, I'm Rick Navarre, president of St. Louis-based Peabody Energy and a proud sponsor of the Missouri Valley Conference. Peabody is the world's largest coal company. Coal is vital to America. It provides half the electricity in the United States and more than 70% in the Missouri Valley region. Peabody fuels electricity needs in 21 countries on 6 continents, and we are a global leader in clean coal solutions, providing affordable energy security and made in America economic stimulus. I invite you to visit us at peabodyenergy.com.
Today's MVC Flashback, a presentation of Coventry GHP, highlights the 2006 State Farm MVC Championship run by Southern Illinois. The Salukis, who were the 2nd seed, defeated Evansville in the quarters and edged Northern Iowa in overtime in the semis to meet 5th seed Bradley. Powered by tournament most outstanding player Randall Falker, who had 17 points and 16 boards, Southern Illinois defeated the Braves 59-46 in the title game. Coventry GHP, because your employees deserve a better health plan.
The last 10 minutes of play, Bradley has outscored Southern Illinois 30-8. A look at the scores and schedule upcoming tonight. Wichita State Creighton in Game 3. Evansville and Illinois State Game 4 of Arch Madness, quarterfinal Friday. And Northern Iowa defeated Indiana State by 4 to advance to the semifinals tomorrow. Brought to you by Casey's General Stores. Out of the timeout. They still can't get one to drop. This is Hare. Gets it off the glass. Boy, they needed that.
Yeah. Even though it's a little bit of a garbage basket off balance, Boyle's had 2 good looks in this second half and unable to put either of them away. That's the thing that's bothered him throughout his career, the easy putback.
There's Wilson against Fay. And Carlton Fay is whistled for the foul. Southern Illinois, as we noted earlier, and that'll be the 3rd on Fay. And we talked about it right at the end of the half, how they were running into foul trouble a little bit. And now Fay already with 3, so Booker has to check in off the bench for the Salukis.
And we know Booker has 2.
They love to play that physical, in-your-face style, but they're going to run out of players. Guys foul out. They're not deep on their bench. Maniscalco, open look. No good. Wilson pulls it away.
Wilson's just one of those terrific athletes in the first half. The first 8 fouls that the Salukis got, 7 of them were because of Theron Wilson driving it.
Wilson with the mismatch on Boyle. Here's Boyle. Spinning on the 7-footer. Collins, and count it. Chance at a 3-point play.
And the patience that Coach Lowry was talking about, that's one of those patient moves. You wait, you pivot, you look, you see where you get the opportunity to score, and you take it right into Collins, the shot blocker.
Tony Boyle at the line. As a team, Southern Illinois, 73%. In the last 20 years, only the 2005 team shot better.
In past years, they've been a good free throw shooting team, maybe with the exception of like one player. And of course, in the past, Randall Falker was one of those that did not have a lot of success there.
They're just 3 of 6 from the free throw line this afternoon. And that'll be back to the Salukis. It looked to be that Roberts stepped on the sideline. Well, we're talking about the three-point line, and of course it's been adjusted this year in the college game on the men's side. You saw early on in the season a lot of players stepping out of bounds on the sideline because they did not make the adjustment. And there's a strong move again by Tony Boyle, but they did not make the adjustment and would step out of bounds because the line is a little bit further than what it was last year.
Yeah, they wanted to be sure they were back of the three, and by doing it, sometimes they would step on the OB line.
Good defense by Dillard. Inside to Collins, working against Boyle. Wilson will swing it to the left side. 15 on the shot clock for the Braves. 10-point lead. Maniscalco. Now to Theron Wilson. Down to 7 on the clock. Inside the arc. Over Booker, and he hit the shot. Timeout taken by Bradley. As Singh will check in momentarily.
A good look. America's players, they call it. Wilson comes off the screen. Up, has an opportunity to go one-on-one, pass it inside, or take the shot. His quickness frees himself with just a little ball fake.
That's over a 6'8" freshman that's athletic and can block shots, too.
Now, I think Wilson is the most athletic offensive player in this league. He has terrific first step quickness. Even though he goes strong to the right, you can't take it away from him, and then he just rises up in good balance.
Partner, you just saw that they're shooting 55% here in Game 2 of Arch Madness on quarterfinal Friday. For Southern Illinois to allow a team to shoot over 50%, years past, that's unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, you're pulling out the hair that you've got left. But again, you look at the Salukis, only 8 deep. And they've got several players in foul problems. It takes away the aggressiveness that you alluded to. You practice that way. It's hard to back it off and still be a solid defensive team. 4 possessions for the Salukis. They have had Boyle touch it 4 times. We'll see if they go for number 5.
Trying to get position on Singh. Boyle gets it, and it's blocked by Roberts. That's why he took the timeout to get Singh on Boyle.
Yep. Get a big body that he couldn't spin on versus Collins, the thinner player. Boyle was being able to use his body to clear some distance.
Wilson around Booker, up and under, spinning it off the glass, no good. Had to alter the shot. Here's Dillard.
What you talk about, the athleticism of Booker, the freshman.
Dillard,
look out.
Now Wilson, the easy 2. Now Dillard a little careless with that as Wilson flushed it. He's got 12. I'm not sure I fault Booker on that.
No. The casualness of the basketball by the Salukis for the last 5 minutes of the first half and the start of this is a bit surprising. But part of that, again, is not maybe understanding the value of the basketball in tournament play.
The foul on Hare as Boyle went in and out of his hands. All Bradley right now in Arch Madness in St. Louis. Sit back and enjoy one of the high flyers of the Valley.
Arch Madness. It's not just great basketball, it's 4 action-packed days, 9 exciting matchups, 10 Valley teams, 100 players, thousands of wild fans, and it all happens here during one wild weekend of basketball madness in St. Louis. It's the 2009 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament, March 5th through 8th at Scottrade Center. Arch Madness. It's the one weekend no basketball fan can miss. Get your tickets now.
Combining historic ambiance with modern comforts, the Sheraton St. Louis City Center Hotel and Suites has something for everyone. Spread out in one of our beautifully appointed guest rooms. Relax at our indoor heated swimming pool or grab a bite to eat in Bistro 14, where our chef serves up American-styled entrees. With over 29,000 square feet of meeting space and a ballroom with spectacular views of the downtown skyline, our facilities are the choice for your next event. The Sheraton St. Louis City Center Hotel and Suites. You don't just stay here, you belong.
Opening day doubleheader.
This is always the most exciting day of the season.
Opening day doubleheader.
There's a deep drive to left, and it's a two-run homer.
White Sox, Royals, Cubs, Astros.
Opening day doubleheader.
White Sox, Royals, Cubs, Astros. April 6th on Comcast Sportsnet.
April 6th on Comcast Sportsnet.
There is no hockey without fighting.
Violence is wrong. My goal, moderate when necessary. Moderate this, cat.
Yeah.
Many goals, one network, Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
My goal is to multitask.
Many goals, one network, Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. You're watching the home of the Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, and White Sox, Comcast Sportsnet.
Chris Lowry trying to get to the Salukis back into this one, trailing by 14 here in the second half. Time now for today's date in MVC history, brought to you by the Sheraton St. Louis City Center. March 6, 1995, competing at the Scottrade Center for the first time, Southern Illinois received 22 points from most outstanding player Chris Carr as Southern defeated Tulsa 77-62 in the finals of the State Farm MVC men's basketball tournament. The Sheraton St. Louis City Center. You don't just stay here, you belong.
19 years in St. Louis for Arch Madness. Game 2 of 4, quarterfinal Friday, and Bradley leads it 45-31. We saw going to that timeout, Dillard and Boyle were getting into it for the Salukis. A little frustration there, Mac.
Yeah, they were talking to each other about that last play, but not communicating. But the Braves have been communicating very well, shooting 71% in this second half with 3 assists.
And that's a foul with 4 on the shot clock.
And McCain going to the line. That's something he has not done in the last 10 games. Just 11 free throws out of your point guard. And we've said he's a freshman, terrific defensive player. And I think when he works over this summer and comes back and has a mid-range game, he's going to be a real threat offensively next year for the Braves.
Plays about 25 minutes a game. He's out of Louisiana. Bocan now with 3. Carlton Fay with 3. At some point, Fay's going to have to get back in there. Playing with the freshman Booker. Boyle picks up the rebound. Well, who could forget when you think about the Bradley Braves and Arch Madness, Deion Jackson, his buzzer beater against Missouri State back in 1996. One of the famous shots ever.
One of the terrific Sweet 16 team. Patrick O'Brien, Somerville.
Booker is fouled, and that will go against McCain. If you're Chris Lowry, you're frustrated right now. You're trying everything over there on that far sideline to try to get back in this game.
And they're a team that doesn't turn you over into points. They don't extend very often with press, and they run clock at the offensive end looking for good looks. They're not quick hitters. So it's going to be difficult for the Salukis to get back. But it's going to have to start at the defensive end to shut the Braves down as Bradley goes zone with that out-of-bounds play.
Dillard feeds it underneath to Booker. And that'll be a foul on Bradley. Singh. That's his 3rd.
See if maybe Dillard takes the ball out of bounds, can get himself a screen, and get open to get a 3.
Dillard has attempted 1 shot today, the leading scorer for the Salukis. 1 shot, and he missed it. Really overplayed anywhere where number 1 is at the Salukis.
Draws a lot of attention.
And that'll be a kick. He's turning into a long possession here for Southern Illinois.
I'm going to remind people one of the reasons Dillard has to play the point is Brian Mullins out with a stress fracture.
Right.
A 4-year starter and a terrific point guard, 6'4".
Here's Booker working against Collins. That's the athleticism right there of the true freshman Booker as he took it right at the 7-footer. And he picks up that foul. Well, that'll frustrate you too as Booker picks up his third. Go back and revisit our keys to the game presented by State Farm.
Well, we said Southern Illinois got to keep the Braves under 40%. Well, the Braves are shooting 54%. Wilson's been to the line 4 times already. You look at Dillard, the concern was Dillard. Well, there's no concern yet. And free throws, the Braves have gotten to the line, and that's what we said we wanted. So far, game plan going very well for the Braves, not well for the Salukis.
Maniscalco for 3. Booker rips down the rebound. Dillard, his quickness. And that causes a foul. Maniscalco hasn't really shot the ball that well. He's got 9 points. 4 of those picked up at the free throw line, 2 of 6 on the afternoon.
He's got one of those games. Sometimes he's a great field goal shooter. This one he's getting to the free throw line. Been there 4 times. He just is one of those players that does take what the defense gives him. And just a sophomore, he's back 2 more seasons.
In the corner, high arcing 3, no. Southern Illinois has allowed Bradley to shoot 53%. They have shot only 38%.
Don't win many games with that kind of differential. I don't know if you'll win any.
Here's Fay. Saves it. Booker has it. And a foul. And that'll go against Taylor Brown. The freshman plays just 11 minutes a game, but is very athletic out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Tap away, good defense. Putting it back in play, Carlton Fay. And I'm sure Jim Les had a discussion when Brown came out about that wasn't the smartest foul. You know, we have no reason to do but just get back on defense.
Well, Mac, you get the feeling 46-33. Southern needs to get this thing going, make a little run and try to get their fans into it.
Well, you're down now where Dillard just stripped by McCain. Terrific play.
And Wilson in the front court now. No argument from Dillard. That was a clean strip. Norris right around his man, which is Justin Bocat.
Clear out. No defensive rotation by the Salukis. Nobody saw team help needed when Norris went to the rim.
Dillard will try the 3. Only a second shot. Booker, the putback. I'll tell you what, before it's all said and done, 4 years with that young man, he is going to be some kind of player.
And he will be special at both ends. Because of that athleticism, he'll learn when and how to block shots. And the offensive end, that's where he's got some skill level and a great athleticism. It will make the Salukis have a focal point.
Cody Dunson may have traveled, and he did. 11:13 to play. 48-35. Number 4 leading number 5.
You know, it's not all fun and games when you're a mascot. Every year I find myself where the season always ends meets the bills never stop.
You know that place where you realize even a squirrel can't live off peanuts? Well, maybe you don't, but believe me, I'm there.
Here's a way to score on savings.
Nice.
Switch your car insurance to State Farm. You'll save big, plus get a payment plan that fits your budget. Call, click, or visit and start saving today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You know I wear this everywhere.
If I were you, I'd expect lavish guest rooms and gorgeous lake views from a 4-diamond hotel. If I were you, I'd expect to be entertained, wined, and dined. And if I so choose, pampered by day or exhausted by night. And if I were you, I'd want it all, very close, yet seemingly far away. Chateau on the Lake Resort and Spa. More than you expect, closer than you think.
Connecting Missouri with 27,000 miles of power lines means each and every mile must be reliable. Because when the skies turn dark, every mile must show its strength. We're Ameren UE, working every day, improving our delivery system. UE, ratcheting up our routine so you can enjoy undisturbed comfort in yours. Learn how we're improving reliability at uepoweron.com.
I always told them I'd take them on a trip around the world. I just didn't tell them we'd do it all in a weekend. It's all within reach at ExploreSt.Louis.com.
48-35 with 11:13 to play here in the second half. Southern Illinois just trying to crawl back into this game. Taco Bell takedown. Visit a participating Taco Bell for dollars off to Arch Madness. As always, you can log on to archmadness.com.
It's just a great tournament, great fun. Of course, still quarterfinals tonight, semis tomorrow. When they talk about winning 3 games in 3 days or 4 games in 4 days, it's even shorter time span than that.
Inside to Booker, and he's fouled. You can hear that over here. It's a good foul, though. And that sends the young freshman to the line, only a 50% free throw shooter.
Nice conceived play as you look at some foul trouble. Booker, Pocock, Fade, all with 3. Singh and Brown. So you got some people who might get DQ'd in this game. But that was a good play set up on the timeout by Lowry. Clearing it out for Booker. All he had to do was seal his man, get the lob pass and the finish. But he got fouled.
10:59 to play.
It's getting Dan to be the time. When I was coaching, I always look and go, when it gets to be 12 minutes or 11 minutes, you can only recover a point a minute and feel really good. Well, that's where you are right now.
Booker gets his own miss. And Fay will try the 3. No. Booker, an easy call that goes against him. That'll be number 4.
And Booker, his return to the hometown, a bit uneventful.
That's his 4th. So with that, Tony Boyle will check back in. The Southern is not used to being in this position. They have reached the finals in 4 of the past 7 years. They're on the ropes right now.
And as we've talked, been a difficult year for Chris Lowry. You make your team out in October, November and start to practice that way and have several games. And then you have some defections. And then you get a serious injury just when you thought you were getting it back. And now you're having to play numerous freshmen as starters.
So they will take a look at that last play.
The thing about that, Dan, when you look at their perimeter, Dillard, Hare, and Bocott, all of them freshmen. And so you're starting a backcourt with basically no D1 experience. And that's pretty tough.
Yep. And again, Mullins is out. And they're making sure that they get the right call on the foul. Could have been a couple of choices. That's why I said before, if it goes on Booker, that'll be his 4th.
I know you didn't get him. I saw you, you were blocked out of the play.
I'm here. There's a look at Mullins. I don't know what's going through his mind and what very well could be his final college game here today.
And he has that look about, I wish I could play, add something. This is not what I wanted at the end of 4 years. Because he has experienced some terrific teams, including the Sweet 16.
The coach's son.
Coaching, his dad coaches the Illinois Wolves. AAU team.
did go against Booker. Wilson, short, fade for Southern. Here comes Dillard. Inside to Boyle, who's the main target. Started the second half for Southern. Down a hair, another freshman. Off-balance shot, gets his own rebound, stays with it, but stepped on the baseline.
A couple times Dillard has gotten himself into the middle of the lane. It looks like he's indecisive whether to take his little teardrop shot or to pass it. And it ends up, he doesn't really accomplish much with the pass and doesn't get the shot off.
Lead at 13 as we approach 10 minutes to play. McCain, now to the corner. Theron Wilson with it. Blocked from behind. Good play by Tony Boyle. Fay is open. He can hit this. Too strong. Tipped back out to Fay. Kept alive. Bocott with it. Fresh 35, under 10 to go. Inside, Boyle. Strong move with the left hand. Went right at Singh. Singh is playing with 3 fouls.
And real decisive move by Boyle. I like that. It wasn't feel the pressure. It was just take it right to the rack.
Can the Salukis get back in this game?
Get a stop here. Put some pressure on the Braves. The Braves are playing without pressure right now.
McCain almost threw it away. Wilson puts it on the floor. Jump stop and a foul. That will go against Carlton Fay. For Fay, that's number 4. So Booker and Fay, 2 big men with 4 personal fouls. And so Chris Lowry has to go back to his bench. Wesley Clemens will check in. So they're fairly small underneath.
Yeah, they're going small now, and it may be that Mullins may have to take off that jersey just to keep 5 players out there for the Salukis.
Wilson at the line.
They only dress 9 total. That's it.
And that's no good. Boyle has it. They are now 7 of 12 from the free throw line. Fans on both sides trying to get into it. Here's Boyle again off the glass. And with that, that's a big bucket. Cuts it to single digits.
Like we said, a point a minute. Now it's down to 9 points, 9 minutes, and there is a little more pressure on the Braves to execute the score.
Off the fingertips of Singh, but a foul. And that will be on Boyle. Tony Boyle with 3 now. So they carry 3 big guys, and 2 of them have 4 fouls, and now Boyle with 3. And Singh goes to the line.
Pretty soon those whistles aren't going to work. They're getting the P going quite a bit. And Coach Lowry trying to get an explanation of, okay, how can we defend the post and not be fouling him? Help me understand what our guys have to do.
Singh, 78% free throw shooter. Well short. Ball loose. Southern has it.
Well, that's the difference again we talked about. Tournament pressure.
Yeah.
It's tournament pressure. You're not playing tomorrow anymore if you lose this game.
So here we go. Crowd on their feet on both sides. That will stay with Southern Illinois.
Jim Les walking down the sideline trying to help the official.
But Dillard, though, you know, a little casual right there. Even there, you don't need to be like that.
You got to understand, every possession postseason means something.
Boyle has been the target offensively.
You got to go there one more time and watch the white jerseys fly at him.
Oh, he's there. Goes right at Singh, and he's fouled. The Southern now has got something going.
We have not seen this out of Boyle maybe since his sophomore year when he had a terrific game in postseason play there.
Senior with 11 points to lead Southern Illinois here this afternoon. Boyle at the line. Their fans now are on their feet.
Boyle got to the line 15 times against Wichita State back a couple games ago. But he is really working, demanding the ball in this game.
To cut the lead to 7.
Right?
Well, you mentioned it. He's playing like a senior and playing like a guy that does not want to be playing in his final college game.
And that's what it takes, is the leadership and the understanding of postseason play, every possession. How do you win a game late? And you do it by making free throws and getting shots your teammates can make.
Lead at 7. Momentum starting to shift the way of Southern Illinois.
And Dillard has taken Maniscalco.
Maniscalco wide open. Ball is tied up. Jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Bradley. Well, he missed a bunny. He doesn't miss those. Southern Illinois trying to make this interesting. It's Arch Madness in St. Louis.
It's all good at Casey's General Stores. Right now, get any large specialty pizza for only $13.99 or any medium specialty pizza for only $12.99.
Casey's, it's all good. You ready, Axel?
Your dog's one of a kind.
Good boy.
And now, you have the power to help significantly extend his healthy years. A groundbreaking 14-year study by Purina proves that puppy chow, then dog chow nutrition, fed properly over a lifetime,
Ready, Axel?
can help extend his lovable antics up to 1.8 healthy years.
Faster, Axel, faster!
Long live your buddy. Long live your dog. Purina Puppy Chow and Purina Dog Chow.
It's all good at Casey's General Stores. Right now, get any large specialty pizza for only $13.99 or any medium specialty pizza for only $12.99.
Casey's, it's all good.
Tonight, it's a coach's duel on CSN as Coach Vinny Del Negro and the Bulls take on former Bulls coach Scott Skiles and the Milwaukee Bucks. Coverage begins at 7 with Bulls pregame live. Bulls Bucks in HD. Tonight at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan. On Friday's edition of Chicago Tribune Live, the Bulls welcome former coach Scott Skiles and the Bucks to the UC. We'll preview the game, plus the latest from spring training and the Blackhawks. Join us Friday at 5:30.
In Illinois high school hockey, the top prize is the Blackhawk Cup. This year's event will be Monday, March 16th, as the Chicago Blackhawks host the 23rd Annual Championship at the United Center. The Blackhawk Cup is presented by Hinkley Springs and supported by Comcast Sportsnet. Game time for the girls' championship game is at 5, and the boys' championship game is at 7. Tickets are available at the United Center box office or ChicagoBlackhawks.com or by calling Ticketmaster at 312-559-1212. All proceeds benefit Chicago Blackhawks charities.
Salukis trying to claw their way back into this one with 7:58 left in this second half. Time now for today's MVC trivia question, which is brought to you by the Hilton at the Ballpark. For your next trip to St. Louis, stay in the center of it all at the Hilton at the Ballpark, located next to Busch Stadium. Who is the only league team to win 3 straight State Farm MVC tournament titles? Southern Illinois, 93, 94, and 95. For more information on the Hilton at the Ballpark, go to experiencestlouis.com.
Southern on a 6-0 run the last 3 minutes. It's been 4 minutes since the last field goal until that one right there by the speedster, Edwin McCain.
That was too easy. No rotation. The bigs didn't come over to help. Remember, the Salukis are going small now with Clemens really playing an inside post position.
Lead at 9. Hare. No good. Farron Wilson the rebound. For the Salukis, they must win. If they don't win here, their season's over. Bocat the steal. Lost it on the way up.
You don't know if he just lost it, if the ball was a little slippery, or it was indecision to dunk it. But regardless, again, the value of the possession, when you get a breakaway, you need points, whether you're going to get fouled or you make the layup. Right there, huge possession mistake with Bocat.
Approach 7 minutes to play. Maniscalco is fouled, and that'll go against Ryan Hare. So Maniscalco to the line.
See right here, and then you're going to watch. This gets wide open. Now watch what happens. Here comes the post pick. Nobody really recovers. It's just speed. Everybody looks. And McCain, number 1, getting to the rim.
Lead back to 10. 10 points, 3 assists for Maniscalco. Team leader in threes and assists this year for the Braves.
Let's see if Dillard can absolutely find some O in his game today.
Mackey's only attempted 2 shots. Now, how much of that is when the Salukis going to look for Boyle and also credit the defense of Bradley?
I was just going to say, now's the zone. Dillard could get an opening, but Hare found it instead. But you should be able to get a wide open 3, and the Salukis did.
Lead is at 8. McCain. Chris Lowry screaming for a 5-second call. That was close. There's Roberts in the lane. Got his own board. Back up, too strong.
And that was tapped from behind by Boyle. Just a partial block. Terrific effort by Boyle to stay in a defensive mindset. We're going to go back to the well. We'll look for 35. What do you think?
Hare just hit the 3. Lost it.
2 freshmen not taking care of the basketball. Pocock and Hare. When you're down 8 with 6 minutes, you've got to get the ball in the rim.
He just screamed Tony Boyle every time.
Get a touch.
It really played off Wilson. Wow, how good is he?
He's all valley. That's all you got to know.
14 for Theron Wilson.
Again now, see if this is going to be man-to-man or zone. Bradley's going to play a zone. Dillard could start the play and then go away from it and get a look.
3 up, Bocott, no good.
Awfully quick in the shot clock without Biggs underneath in rebounding position. And when we talk Biggs, as you said, and we thought, Boyle needs to touch it.
Yep. Bocott all the way with the left hand and got it blocked. Oh, goodness. Roberts.
Oh. That's an elevator going up a long ways.
The Bradley fans on their feet. Maniscalco to Wilson.
We thought Theron Wilson could go up. That's a match right there.
Maniscalco, deep 3, no.
I'm not sure you need that one, especially over the NBA line.
10-point lead, 4.5 to play. And a timeout taken by Southern Illinois. Frustration settles in for the Salukis. Look at this.
That is above the square. Ooh. Oh. Ouch. Bocott, one of the freshmen, unable to finish because of the rejection. Number 23. We've seen other 23s jump pretty well too.
This is a young man that had, coming into this game, to keep a stat for Bradley. Look how high he was there. He had 99 deflections. And they talk about his athleticism, so whether it be on passes or blocks, but 99 coming into play here in Arch Madness. And Jim West was telling me earlier in the year, he said this kid is going to be a good one.
He's a focal point. You know, against Drake, he had 10 points, 8 rebounds. Shoots 76% from the line, so it's just a matter of more reps, more minutes, because he is a player.
10-point lead.
This may be the last gasp for the Salukis. Got to get a great look.
This is Hare. Dillard for 3. No. His 3rd shot of the afternoon doesn't go down, and he is scoreless. It's Collins on the pick. Picks up his 3rd foul.
quick turnaround back to the Salukis. Again, I still think, see if Tony Boyle's got a little more gas left in that tank. He's worked hard, especially in the second half. So they're doing a great job of bottling him up. Where Boyle goes, Collins is bumping him.
Nice look. Boyle earned that. Oh, goodness. I was watching him the entire time on that possession. I mean, he was working to get that ball.
You and I are focused on the same thing. Bottle that one for Boyle.
There it is, the flush, and he'll try to complete the three-point play when we come back.
Where can you get the best milk? From Tom, from Russ, from Laura and Maggie.
It comes from all of us.
We're Prairie Farms, and we don't just work for the dairy, we are the dairy, making sure the milk in your child's school, in your stores, and on your table is fresh and healthy, handled with the kind of care that your family deserves.
We are Prairie Farms Dairy.
Ask for us, the farmer-owned dairy.
I know this drill. I rack up a big charge on my credit card. I get a tote bag.
Well, actually, with our points program, you can get gift cards, flat screen TVs, even plane tickets.
How do you get enough points for that?
Oh, all kinds of ways. By using your debit card, your credit cards, checking account.
I don't believe you.
What?
You messing with me, right?
Oh, I'm not messing with you.
Can I still get the tote bag?
Absolutely.
It's not just banking. It's National City.
Choosing the right health plan is one of your most important decisions. Mercy Health Plans. A full line of plans for groups and individuals linked to a high-quality network of doctors and hospitals from one of the most trusted names in healthcare. Make the choice. Choose Mercy Health Plans. The way we care makes all the difference.
It's a little tradition in honor of my White Sox. I stopped shaving from the last game of the season all the way until opening day. My wife is not crazy about it. She leaves little hints. See, once it gets down to my belt, I know it's time for the pitchers and catchers to report. And when it gets down to my zipper, it's opening day. I don't need a calendar anymore. It's like a sundial. It's like a hair dial.
54-46 down the stretch here in game number 2. Play the Game is a presentation of Rawlings, the basketball with more grooves, more grip, more game. Rawlings, the block. The freshman Chris Roberts. A Rawlings play of the game.
You can't see it enough because I'll tell you, Bocott was up there on the release. Roberts climbed a couple more floors.
So Boyle could cut the lead to 7. He has a game-high 15, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Making it interesting now down the stretch. 7-point lead.
When you see Maniscalco bringing the ball up a bit more, he's an experienced player over McCain and probably a better free throw shooter over the freshman McCain.
But here's the real good point, though, Mac. You know, this is tournament time. This isn't the regular season. You know, regular season, you live to see another day. This is it. How tight do you play? Maniscalco around Dillard. Throws it up, and it drops in.
And again, an easy attempt to get to the rim, and no bigs there to stop him. And the problem is the bigs, they got 4 fouls.
Maniscalco with 13. Wesley Clemens. Carlton Fay. Shot was altered, no good. Pulled away by Bradley. Roberts with the rebound.
Clemens needed to take that to the rim, take the opportunity, whether it was going to be charged or get fouled. Fay with an off-balance shot.
Roberts with it. Under 2.5 to play. 11 on the shot clock. So winding down the clock wisely by Bradley here. Every Possession now extended. Maniscalco again, right at Boyle on the mismatch, and Fay pulls it away. Ouch! And Singh is thrown to the floor.
Well, that'll look good in St. Louis in a couple of weeks when the National Wrestling Championships are here.
Singh's arm is still part of his body. Singh whistled for the foul, and I believe that's his 5th. He got up, he said, "Is this on me?"
Fay doing a little chicken wing hold, and the body throw. Singh can't believe it. Fay with a good veteran move.
Singh 8 points, 2 boards. Some quality minutes, especially defensively. Southern Illinois went right at Collins. Remember that with Boyle.
Yep.
So have they run out of time, though, to do it? 2:15 to go.
He has length, but not strength, does Collins.
Fay 2 of 4 at the free throw line, 6 points.
The line has not been very kind to the Salukis.
Just over 2 minutes to go. .56-48. Ball loose. Southern's got it. Fay with the rebound. Salukis need to hurry. Here's Dillard. Dillard is there. Tries a 3. No. Short. Ball loose. And a foul on Tony Boyle. That's his 4th. Let's take a look at our game reset. Made possible by Emerson, the global manufacturing and technology company. To learn more, visit emerson.com. Emerson, consider it solved. 56-48. You see the fouls and the timeouts remaining. 1:44 to go. Salukis are down by 8. Bradley will try to close it out. The free throw line. Remember, 71% free throw shooting team.
See Booker, he's got 4 fouls to go with Fay and Boyle. So the 3 bigs, they get the primary minutes. All of them 1 from DQ time.
Roberts out of Fort Worth, Texas, a junior. 5 points, 7 rebounds.
And 1 heck of a block.
Yep.
This is why Coach Les really likes Roberts. He's made some big plays. And making free throws late in the game, a minute 40 to go in tournament play, that's a big play.
Too strong. Need buckets. They need him in a hurry. Dillard been held scoreless here. Clemens off the glass, no good. Collins the rebound. Bradley can sense it. Salukis probably need to start fouling.
Because Bradley is wise in the ways of understanding running time off the clock. Wilson, Maniscalco, good free throw shooters. And Chris Lowry wondering what happened down here. I thought we got fouled. So it's starting to set up a match for the #1 seed, Northern Iowa. See what happens here with Sam. The Panthers swept the series during the year, but only by 5 points and 3 points.
1:25 to play. Maniscalco hits the free throw. Ten-point lead.
It's a 4-possession game. Salukis have to find a quick hitter and then get some turnovers.
Strip underneath. Boyle had a hand on it. It'll stay with Southern Illinois. A look at our players of the game brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Theron Wilson First team All-Valley, 14-7 on 6 of 11 shooting. And also Tony Boyle. He has worked hard today. This is Hare, gives it up. Fay, end of the key, no good. Karen Wilson, the rebound, but a steal by Dillard. Spins out of trouble. Clemens is fouled, and he'll shoot 2.
That's something the Salukis have needed, that defensive quickness that Dillard gave there with the turnover. The time is running out. 1 minute left.
Wesley Clemens at the line. The senior out of Indianapolis.
Booker, a little quicker. Look for some extension from him. Maybe to try and get some press activity going. He'll be on the ball.
You have to wonder what might have been if Mullins could have played today for Southern Illinois. 9-point lead for Bradley. 1:01 to play. If you're Bradley, you hit your free throws, you advance in Arch Madness.
As we talked, you'll be looking at the #1 seed, Northern Iowa Panthers. And we saw them just get by Indiana State. Indiana State had a terrific February.
Became a 65% free throw shooter. Substitution. Fay back in, the sophomore for Southern. Booker coming out.
We talked about the injury to Mullins, but you really got to look at Bradley. And they lost Andrew Warren for the whole year. Willie Goff as well. So those were 2 starters back in November that Jim Les did not get to have this year, but he found out early, which is a little bit different than Brian Mullins when you lose him just 8 games ago, and you've really counted on him to be your team leader.
Lead at 11 for the Braves. Boyle again. Roberts knocks it out of bounds.
Roberts with quick hands. Boyle thought he may have been fouled.
Here for 3.
Well, that should really do it right there.
How about the Bradley Braves? The #4 seed looks to advance. 45 seconds to go. A couple things stand out about this game. #1, Mullins not playing. #2, Dillard, only 4 shot attempts. All those were 3s, and he never picked up a point.
Right. And you've got to really look at the Braves. Their defense, especially on Dillard, keeping him under control, knowing where he was the entire game. Outstanding job. And Bradley, as they started the game, shot a lot of 3s. And they finally realized we can drive the ball against the Salukis and get people in foul problems, which they did. And when they realized that, it turned the game around entirely.
Booker will try the 3 and hits it.
Well, you can see why the Salukis and fans of SIU are excited about having him back. Hare, Dillard, Bocott, 4 freshmen, a foundation to build on.
Very frustrating year for that head coach, Chris Lowry. Maniscalco at the line. Give Jim Les credit as he will advance in Arch Madness.
Okay, Bradley Braves have played you and I extremely well.
Yep.
At Northern Iowa, they jumped out to a 10-0 lead.
Bradley is athletic.
Yeah.
Very athletic, and Jim Les knows that. It's a tough matchup for a lot of teams in the Valley.
They have the ability to control tempo with McCain and Maniscalco. Pretty heady guards, even though they're freshmen and sophomore.
Here's Fay. No good. And out of bounds. It'll stay with the Salukis with 22.8 to go.
Jim Les and you get a chance to always visit with him. I do admire, as we talked earlier, he has taken bigs and made him a Sweet 16 team. He took a team that shot nothing but threes and very competitive in the league and postseason, and now he's got a team that's defensive minded.
So Ryan Hare puts in the 2. And a foul, no need to do that. With 12.3 to go. 10-point lead. Jim West will face Northern Iowa tomorrow.
And you crank it up in 18 hours, literally. Teams will be done. They'll have a little post-game meal. They'll review a couple segments of tape of the previous games. Coaches may say, hey, this is what we saw happen today in the first game. Go to bed, get up, breakfast, and come to the arena.
That'll be it for Tony Boyle. Heck of a game for the senior. 16 points for the Salukis.
Well, heck of a career. Tony Boyle saw a Sweet 16. Had a terrific game again today. You've seen the ups and downs of SIU. He and Mullins sitting together now. You wonder what do go through the minds of college players in what will be their last game. Because more than likely there's no postseason for Southern Illinois.
This is it. Wilcott with it. Here's Booker again for 3. Too strong. And this will do it. Bradley advances to the semifinals. Our final, Bradley 67. The Salukis of Southern Illinois 55.
Well, right now you've got the advancing seeds, number 1, number 4, tomorrow. Bradley, Northern Iowa.
Halfway home in quarterfinal Friday. Games 3 and 4 coming up after a short break. It's Arch Madness in St. Louis.
They got everything.
Not everything.
That's not mine.
Yo, Rich, he said he saw 2 guys earlier. One of them was wearing a jacket.
And how does that help me?
Yo, you cover for this?
I don't know.
How could you not know?
Yo, it's not funny.
This is funny. You know what? You need to call my agent.
You should know you're covered.
Come on, man. It's not mine.
Call one of our 17,000 State Farm agents today.
How can a dinner party this last minute be this well done? And how can a beer this full-flavored be just 99 calories? Budweiser Select, the exception to the rule.
Basically, it's about symmetry.
I'm good.
Be honest here, man.
Fuck it.
I'm good.
My bad. I'm good.
I'm the man! I'm good.
Ready? No.
Men can take anything.
I'm good.
Except the taste of Diet Cola. Until now, Pepsi Max, the first Diet Cola for men.
This is good.
How can a dinner this informal be this romantic? And how can a beer this full-flavored be just 99 calories? Budweiser Select, the exception to the rule.
Reaching in and pulling out huge deals at Bob Roman Schomburg Honda Automobiles.
We have more than 2,000 Hondas available every day. Right now, choose from more than 200 Civics with 2.9 APR for 24 to 36 months.
Bob Roman.
Nobody beats Bob. Illinois' #1 volume Honda dealer is Bob Roman Schomburg Honda Automobiles, 8 blocks west.